Okay, you turned 50, and you know you're supposed to get one, but you haven't. Here are your reasons. 1, you've been too busy. 2, there hasn't been a history of cancer in your family. 3, you haven't noticed any problems. And 4, you really, really, really don't want a doctor sticking a tube 17,000 feet up your butt. Hi, my name's Max White, and I'll be performing a journey into my colon. And yours. Let's examine these reasons one at a time. No, wait, let's not. Because you and I both know that the only real reason is number 4. And this is natural. The idea of having a human, even a medical human, becoming deeply involved in what is technically known as your behind-you zone, that gives you the creeping willies. I know this because I am like you, except worse. I get faint and nauseous doing even very minor medical procedures, such as making an appointment by phone. It gets even worse when I come in physical contact with the medical profession. More than one doctor's office has a dent in the floor caused by my forehead striking it seconds after I got a shot. In 1997, when I turned 50, everybody told me that I should get a colonoscopy, and I agreed that I definitely should, but not right away. By following this policy, I reached age 55 without having a colonoscopy. But then I did something so pathetic and embarrassing that I'm frankly ashamed to tell you about it. What happened was a giant 40-foot replica of a human colon came to Miami Beach. Really, it's an educational exhibit. It's called the Colossal Colon, and it's on a nationwide tour to promote awareness for colorectal cancer. Basically what you do is you crawl through the colossal colon and you encounter various educational items in there, such as cancer and hemorrhoids the size of regulation volleyballs. And you go, well, I gotta see if I got any of these in me. And you get a colonoscopy. So I went to Miami Beach. I crawled through the colossal colon. I wrote a column about it, making tasteless colon jokes. But I also urged everyone to get a colonoscopy, and I signed a pledge stating that I would get one. But I didn't. I was a fraud, and a hypocrite, and a liar. I was practically a member of Congress. Five years passed, and I turned 60. Then I got an email from my brother, who is 10 years younger than me, but more mature. The email was sent to me and my middle brother. It said, "Dear brothers, I went in for the routine colonoscopy and got the dreaded diagnosis, cancer. We're told it's still early and there's good prognosis they can get it all out. So, cross your fingers, knock on wood and all that. Oh, and they also told me to tell my siblings to get screened, but I imagine you both have." Well, so I called a friend of mine, a doctor, and set up an appointment, and then a few days later in his office, he showed me a color diagram of the human colon, a lengthy organ that appears to go all over the place, and at one point passes briefly through Minneapolis. He also told me about the colonoscopy procedure in a very thorough and reassuring manner. And I nodded along, thoughtfully, but I wasn't really paying attention to what he was saying because my brain was shrieking, quote, "He's gonna stick a tube 17,000 feet up your butt." So I left his office that day with a few written instructions and a prescription for a product called movie prep, which I will discuss later. But for now, suffice to say, we must never let it fall into the hands of America's enemies. For the next couple of days, I sat around, productively being nervous. Then, on the day before my procedure, I began my preparation. In accordance with the instructions, I did not eat solid food all that day. All I had was chicken broth, which is basically water, but with less flavor. And then, in the evening, I took movie prep. What you do is you mix 2 packets of movie prep in a 1-liter jug, and then you fill that with water. For those of you unaware of the metric system, a liter is about 32 gallons. And then you have to drink it all. And this takes about an hour because movie prep tastes, and here I'm being generous, like a mixture of goat spit and urinal cleanser with just a little bit of lemon. Movie prep is a nuclear laxative, and I don't want to be too graphic here, but Have you ever seen a space shuttle launch? I mean, that's practically the experience with you and the shuttle.
Oh my.
There are times you wish that the toilet had a seat belt. You pretty much spend the entire evening confined to the bathroom, spurting violently. And then when you figure you must be totally empty, you have to drink another liter of movie prep. At which point, as far as I can tell, your bowels travel into the future and start eliminating food that you haven't even eaten yet. So, after an action-packed evening, I finally got to bed. In the morning, my wife drove me to the clinic, and at this point, I was seriously nervous. I mean, not only was I nervous about the actual procedure, I had also been experiencing occasional return bouts of movie prep spurtage. And I was thinking, oh my god, what if I spurt on him? Okay, I apologize to a friend for something like that. I mean, flowers would not be enough. So, we got to the clinic, and I had to sign many forms stating that I understood and totally agreed with whatever the hell the form said. And then they led me into another room, where there was a whole bunch of other colonoscopy patients. And then I had to go into a tiny curtained area, take off all my clothes, and put on one of those hospital garments. The kind designed by sadist perverts. The kind that when you're wearing, make you feel even more naked than when you're actually naked. Then a nurse came in and stuck a needle in the vein on my left arm. Now, ordinarily, I would have fainted, but he was really good. And I was already lying down. He also told me that people put vodka in the movie prep. And at first, I was really pissed off that I hadn't thought about this. But then I began to wonder, what happens if you get too tipsy to make it to the bathroom? So you're just like staggering around in full fire hose mode. I mean, you have no choice but to burn your house. So, when they were ready, the nurse wheeled me into another room where the doctor, another nurse, and an anesthesiologist were. The doctor had me roll over on my left side, and the anesthesiologist began hooking something into the needle on my arm. I noticed the song was playing, Dancing Queen by ABBA.
Yeah.
And I remarked that of all the songs he could have been playing during this particular procedure, Dancing Queen had to be the least appropriate. And then it was here, the moment I had been dreading for more than a decade. If you're squeamish, prepare yourselves, because I'm going to tell you in explicit detail exactly what it was like. I don't remember. I mean, I fell asleep. 1 minute ABBA was shrieking, and the next minute I woke up in the other room in a very mellow mood. The doctor asked me how I felt, and I felt fantastic. Even more fantastic when the doctor told me that it was all over and that my colon had passed with flying colors. I had never been prouder of an internal organ. But my point is this. In addition to being a pathetic medical weenie, I was also a moron. For more than a decade, I avoided getting a procedure that was basically nothing. I mean, there was no pain, and except for movie prep, no discomfort. So I was risking my life for nothing. Which brings us to you, person over 50 who hasn't had a colonoscopy. Here's the thing. You either have colorectal cancer or you don't. And if you do, it will help enable doctors to find it and hopefully do something about it. And if you don't, then believe me, it is so reassuring to know that you don't have butt cancer. So, I mean, there's really no sane reason for you not to have it done. So do it. Thank you.